Okay.
I only got 5 right.
Okay, so what questions do y'all have?
Number 46, because like I keep getting like the ones I did get part of it right, I keep getting the ones with the bigger numbers wrong. Usually the first variable.
Okay.
Which is
A1. What are we doing next if we even make it there? Division properties of exponents. Okay. So you said 46? What you said? Number 46. Was 5x squared y quantity.
I just have good news about somebody signing up for pre-algebra already.
Oh, okay. Somebody, not somebody that we don't know.
It's geometry.
Oh, awesome. That's good. That's really good, actually.
No. Has anybody signed up for geometry yet?
Geometry's dropped. We're not doing geometry.
I'm about to kill you guys.
No, you're not. You weren't even sure if you were going to be able to do it. True facts. True facts.
This is jammed, so I'm taking my lead back. It's not jammed. Obviously, it did.
2x y cubed z cubed times 4 xyz. Okay, so the way you eat an elephant is one bite at a time. The way you solve a problem that looks long is one step at a time. So what should we do first?
Do a multiplication on the exponents on the outside of the.
Sure. So this applies to everything, right?
Oh, so it's like distributed where it applies to all the stuff inside that?
It does. It does. So 5 squared is what?
5
25.
10th power.
What?
25.
25.
Oh, so you go.
5 squared equals 25.
Oh, so we timed.
So it's 5 squared. Yeah, yeah. Because if this was 5 squared here, then it would be 5 to the 4th, right?
Question. So we like do the thing where you multiply
We do the thing.
by whatever is on the outside of the parentheses, but you keep the tiny dude that's on top of the number. I forgot the name.
Exponent.
Yeah, the exponent. So you multiply by the exponent on the outside, but you keep the exponent on the inside.
Yeah, I think the answer to your question is yes. I'm a little confused what you're asking, but I think the answer is yes.
Let's go.
Maybe. So 25 x to the what? Y to the what?
Second. Okay, so you square the number as well as multiplying it.
Yeah, it applies to everything.
Oh, that's good.
I think that's what I was getting wrong.
Seems plausible. What's 2 cubed?
2.
6.
Lies.
No.
No. 8.
8.
Not.
So it's going to be 8x to the what?
It's not just multiplication. It's always like 2 times 2 times 2.
Yes. True facts.
That's something that can trick people.
That's true. Thanks, teacher number 2.
Teacher number 3. Aiden's teacher number 1. Let's go. And teacher number 1. Wait, how is that 9
3 times 3 is 9.
times 3 though? Right?
No, 3. It's 3 cubed. 3 times 3.
When we have a power to a power, we multiply the exponents.
You're right.
I know.
Failed.
And then 25 times 8 times 4 is what? It is 8.
Wait,
800.
wait, what is
Yeah,
that?
I agree. It's multiplying the x's together.
It's multiple. What?
We're multiplying the x.
We're multiplying 25 times 8 times 4 to get 800. And then we're doing x to the fourth times x cubed times x.
X8.
No, we add them because it's
We do, that's right. So 4 plus 3 plus 1
what?
is,
Wait, no, it's 4 plus 2 plus.
no,
No.
it's these. Oh, that's not the color I want.
7, 8.
Oh, we're just adding the x's, right?
Yeah, we're combining the x's.
8.
So this one, this one, this one,
8. I said it already.
it is 8.
Oh, 'cause there's always an understood exponent on the ones that you don't.
That's
have.
right. That's right.
Then we add the y's, which would be 12. Y12.
It would be y to the 12th. That is right.
And then the z's would be 4. Yeah, I said it first. You suck. We said the exact same time.
Good job, Brian. Aiden, you suck. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
You can't take it no more, man.
Can't take it anymore.
You know who I miss Connor. I miss sitting by him and watching him draw. That was always fun. Well, you can
And so it's going to be z to the what, Hannah?
Z to the what?
Yeah, that's what I said.
To the 4th?
It would be correct.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I.
That's what he said. Okay.
That's the whole
The
answer?
teacher is.
That's the whole answer.
Okay, I think I understand.
What I would do is I would
Good.
take it. What I did is I kind of did like an extra step that's wrong by doing like adding all those exponents together, maybe like something like 800 x, y, z plus whatever those exponents add together. instead
Yeah.
of just leaving it.
Yeah, you got to leave the ones that don't go together, you can't put together. You can't magic them together.
Okay.
Why not?
There's no magic in math. Only pure science.
It looks like magic though. Sometimes. You go from this huge number and you get two numbers.
Isaac Asimov said that
I know.
any significantly advanced technology will seem like magic.
You seem like magic.
Okay. Okay. What other questions do we have on this homework assignment?
Number 60.
60.
Hey, what'd you get for number 23? Number 23? Wrong. You were supposed to do all. Wait. Come on, they didn't do that.
It'd be funny if you actually did them all. That'd be funny.
That would be
What was
kind of
number
funny.
60?
What'd you get for number 23? 17.
Number 60, we have a rectangular prism, which looks something like that, more or less. Doesn't matter. We're not worried about it being perfect. And this side is 4x squared. This side is 2x squared. Is that right? Nope, lied. 2x cubed. And this side is 2x squared. And we're supposed to express the volume as a monomial. How do you find the volume of a rectangular prism?
Find the three sides. You add, you do, you, when you want, you win, you do, when you, have you ever had a dream that when you get.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Those who've seen the meme, haha. Now moving on with our life. How do you find the volume of a rectangular prism?
Pretty sure. Add up the three sides.
No, lies.
Multiply.
Multiply them. Length times width times height. Yes? Okay, so in this context, that would be 2x cubed times 2x squared times 4x squared. Blap. So now what?
You multiply.
Multiplying the x. No, add the x's.
Add the x's and multiply the coefficient in the front. So what's 2 times 2 times 4?
16.
It is 16.
All right.
So 16x to the 7th.
16. The
Yeah, that's
oh,
the answer, right?
That's the answer. No.
Shut up.
You don't control my life.
Oh, did y'all get the snake out?
No. I'm pretty sure she's not living anymore, but I could be wrong.
Oh.
I could be surprised. We shall see.
I'll never know until you know.
That's
so if she's not
more or
living,
less true.
just get her out.
Except she's not visible.
Oh.
She's way up in the dash somewhere.
Y'all should
Well,
just,
or she's gone somewhere else and I'm not aware of, but
y'all should take the car to a mechanic and take it apart.
yeah, that's a brilliant idea. Spend $500 to get a dead snake out of the car. Or just leave the dead snake and not worry about it. I don't really think it's going to actually smell. I think we shall see, perhaps, but I don't think that's going to happen. That's my best guess.
Sorry.
Okay, what now?
Could we do,
He said that's not a best guess.
44?
Yeah.
How many more weeks do we have? Like 6?
I don't know.
Do the math.
Do the math.
Because we get out May 17th. I think it's like 5.
Oh, I thought it was like 11.
No.
I'm not counting.
11 weeks is 3 months almost.
Oh, that was like a month ago.
Yeah.
We still didn't have
We're
11
out
weeks.
next month.
Seriously?
Yeah.
We get out the
That
17th.
doesn't sound right.
So
Yeah, we get out on the
It
17th.
is right. True
Cool.
fact.
You get out on a Tuesday?
What a
We get out on
Tuesday. I don't know.
Wednesday, 'cause that's our last day of class.
Are you like 30 or 44?
44.
We have 5 more weeks. 44?
Which one is this?
44. It's written on the board, y'all.
Okay, what's the number next to the 5th? To the 5?
It's a
That's
K.
a K.
It's
It's
a
a really
five.
fancy thing.
It's a cursive K.
Okay. What should we do?
Multiply
The
the
outsides.
yeah.
Distribute the exponents.
Okay. What's 5 cubed?
5 cubed.
But what in
125?
it's 5. Don't we have a cube exponent?
I agree.
You do. It's a little caret symbol. If you can't find it, let me know and I'll help you.
Oh, the caret symbol. 5.
It's an arrow.
125.
We got that.
Dude, she's just trying to figure out how to calculate it. Calm down.
Hey, she got it. She got it.
She do got it.
K to the power of 2. Oh, wait, now are we going to the exponent?
So 125k to the
6.
5th power? or
6th power. Power to a power we multiply.
Oh, okay, so we're multiplying everything.
And then you just have
M to the
Third power.
3rd.
Times.
times. And then we're going to multiply those 3 exponents back there together.
Yeah, kind of, what? I don't know what you're
In a
saying.
second, yeah.
We're going to work from the inside out. You'll technically get the same answer either way. But yeah, we're going to work from the
Is it
inside out.
technically wrong to do it outside in?
No, it's just more. There are some processes where you have to do it inside out. On this one, you'll technically end up with the same answer either way, but we're going to do it inside out because there are some things that you have to do that way later. So, well, and before actually. So what's 4 squared?
Square?
8.
16.
16.
16, yeah.
Remember, it's not
16k to the what?
second power.
To the 8.
2nd power.
Oh, to the 2nd.
M to the 8th, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's probably true.
Why? Oh, yeah, because never mind. Why?
Because
Math.
And then now we're going to
Distribute the 2.
mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so we do
What's 16 squared?
Uh, 256.
I
k to the 4th,
M to the 16.
m to the 16. That's right.
So you don't multiply it times the m? It's not 2m?
It's not 2m, it's m to the 8th squared.
And now,
So it's a power to a power, so you multiply the exponents.
now we need to get the like terms together.
Because this is m to the 8th. That's an 8 squared.
So you don't multiply it to the m?
We did multiply it to the m. 8 times 2 is 16.
So it's not going to be 2m?
No. No, because it's not 2 times, it's squared.
Are you talking about like when we put the like terms together?
No. I mean, I don't know. She might be, but I don't think so.
The answer 381 K10.
What is 125 times 256?
I don't know.
Oh, it's times? Oh, shoot.
Oh, shoot.
32,000.
I agree. You know what? I disagree.
Okay, suit yourself.
Please.
Failure.
Then
32,000 k to the
10th power.
10th power.
So on this
M to the 19th. That's right.
So if it's just one m, you don't add the m's together to make 2m's?
Well, no, because it's multiplication. And 1 times 1.
2, it would be 2m if it was m plus m.
Okay.
That's where we get 2m.
But we don't have to write 1n because it's the same thing. It just saves you the.
Yes. We could stick ones in between everything. We could write times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. And, and we'd still have the same number.
Yeah, if it's ever more, it's always going to be more.
Yeah. If it's 1, it's 1. That's true. That's good. That's some like deep logic right there. If it's a 1, it's 1. Okay.
I need to put in some eye drops.
Let's
I need to put in some eye drops.
let's
That's so funny.
I think I understand this now.
good. I'm glad you're understanding this.
Okay, so whenever we do, if there's, you have something, an exponent inside of parentheses and an exponent outside of the parentheses, you distribute the outside one to the inside one.
Yeah.
Hey, what?
Oh, and then you multiply the top exponent. Oh, and if there's a number, you just square the number. Or not square it.
Multiply, because it's a power to a power. Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, okay, that makes sense now.
Good. Okie smoky dokie.
Are we gonna have homework
Why not? Is there-
over the homework?
Like my father-in-law says, does a bear poop in the woods? Okay.
No. They poop in the grass. That is in the
this is yours.
What the heck?
My fingers are
Is it number 7?
It's really
I'm just gonna put lesson 2.
it's
Oh, wait a minute. I really don't think we're gonna get to lesson 10, to unit 10,
You think so?
because we only have 5 weeks, so we'd have to do 2 units. I mean, not 2 units. Yeah, we'd have to do like. Why is the pizza on the tree from?
What?
It's a pizza store.
I really want to finish a science book.
I don't. I would like to.
I'm very done with science right now.
Facts.
X to the A
I'm not done with science.
over
An eight, is that
X to the B.
Is that X to the 9?
So what I said out loud was X to the A.
Right.
True facts.
Sorry.
Of course, y'all were all talking, so
I
you
got
know.
it. I put it down. I'm just saying.
Sounded
Yeah.
like
I'm the one who listened for once.
I'm not sure that that's actually true. I think you just guessed right. Okay.
No, I did X to the A. It is on the board.
X over x to the b.
I write my 9s, with a full tail. My little A's have just a little tail. So there it is. That might help. But you're always welcome to ask, is that? I might give you a hard time about it, but you should always ask if you're like not sure what I wrote.
I might
Okay,
be
people,
funny.
x to the a.
I
is
thought I
that
heard
nine?
8.
And then you're like, why'd you write a 9 or 8? Okay, equals x to the a minus b. So if we have like bases divided, we subtract the exponents. Oh, it all makes no. Okay. The other property that we're going to look at today is if we have a over b to the x, that equals a to the x over b to the x. Right. It kind of makes sense. Bruh.
The way I said, oh, made it sound like we had been doing this for like 3 weeks and I finally figured out.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was giving you a hard time. Now I understand. Oh, my goodness. Blapo. Let's do some examples. Sound good?
You should do a review of Pirates of the Caribbean out here in Mischief.
Why?
Kind of, I would really want to see what you
That's old news.
Have you ever done it?
No, but it's old news.
Opinion on Moon Knight?
Oh!
Haven't watched it yet. I bet I'll. Oh, don't tell me you're gonna break. Piece of junk thing.
Not again, man, just a whiteboard.
That's so.
No, I'll just go jack my wife's pen. It'll be fine.
Anyways, what were you saying?
I haven't watched it yet.
You going to?
I might. I don't know. I bet I will like it because I think Oscar Isaacs is quite talented and the premise is intriguing. So I bet I will like it, but I don't know.
My favorite.
I kind of thought I would like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and it turned out to be a bunch of claptrap nonsense. So, there it is.
It's my favorite show so far.
What? Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
No, Moon Knight.
Oh.
I hated Falcon and the Winter Soldier because of the new Captain America. I hated that guy.
He looks like someone hidden.
He looks tan.
Well, he was supposed to be hateful. I just didn't like all the shoehorned waste of time political crap.
Facts.
Like, I don't mind messages in things. Like, that's fine. Whatever. This was just like shoehorned and shoved down your throat, and now I'm supposed to somehow believe that the terrorist is a good guy. I don't get that. Doesn't make any sense. It was stupid. It was dumb. I did like WandaVision, and I did like Loki. I liked both of those quite a bit.
Owen Wilson is so good.
Owen Wilson is the goober.
Who's the guy who plays in Cars. The guy, oh, yeah.
Whoops.
Making fun of your own stuff.
Yeah.
Self-sabotage.
To the fifth over G to the H squared. So,
Is it like G with an exponent of H squared?
no.
What?
I think that's what I said, but that's not what I meant.
Is that an
I think that is actually what I said. I meant times.
Is that an H2?
H squared.
I think I got the answer probably.
Okay?
not.
So, what we're going to do with the exponents, since we have like bases divided, is we're going to subtract them, right? So this would be, if we write it fully out, it would be G to the 3 minus 1.
Wait, why 3 minus 1?
Because remember that if there's nothing there, it's an implied 1, right?
Base is not
Yeah.
numbers on top.
Yeah. And then H to the 5 minus 2.
Do we do the subtraction?
Yes, of course.
So G2, H3.
G squared H times H cubed.
What's like the word for the exponents above 3?
To the fourth. To the 332nd.
Well, like
That's there's not a square, there's not an equivalent of squared and cubed. Okay, let's do a couple GPs. GP number 1. X cubed y to the 4th over x squared y. Ready, go.
So will x variables be always right on top of their like?
No, they won't always be that.
Like it doesn't.
Doesn't matter. That doesn't have to be. They just have to match. It's a good question, actually. So there's where we should have ended up.
Yay!
Woot. Let's do GP number 2.
Oh, so if it's just one, then leave it off?
Yep.
But will you get a power wrong if you don't leave it off?
Probably not, although it's obnoxious.
I like being
I know. No. GP number 2, k to the 7th, m to the 10th.
Does it matter on if they're not X and Y, which one goes first, or is it alphabetical order?
It doesn't matter. P over k to the 5th, m cubed, p.
How do you do that?
How do you do that? Do what you think. We'll see what happens. This whole time. Sorry, anybody that watches this later, which is, nobody, but, you never know. Maybe someday we'll find it useful someday. Okay, ready to go.
Okay.
So, there is where we should have ended up.
And you can't come. Yeah, I got that right, kind of, not really.
Yeah, I did.
What'd you do wrong?
Well, I just, yeah, I got it right, but what I didn't do. Yeah, never mind, I got it right. No.
Okay.
Never mind.
Somebody else was asking something, I think. Was somebody else asking something?
No.
I know what I did wrong. I got it right.
Okay.
Did square.
All right. There are 2 more properties that we're going to learn in this lesson. First one is a to the 0, so anything to the 0, equals 1. Okay. Second property is this. A to the negative 1. Actually, we shouldn't write it that way. How about a to the negative b? Because it doesn't have to be a 1. Equals 1 over a to the b. Also, the other way around also works. If we have 1 over a to the negative b, that equals a to the b. All right. So if we have negative exponents cause it to change levels. If it was on the top, we'll move it to the bottom. If it was on the bottom, we move it to the top. Your answers may not have negative exponents in them. So if you get a negative exponent at some point, you have to change it before you circle your answer. Okay? So let's do a couple examples. Yeah, that's great. Example number 3. Y'all are going to love this example. It's such a fun one.
We're gonna tell. I'm going to leave.
We're gonna what?
My mom would be upset.
Negative 4n squared q to the 5th r squared
Oh my goodness.
over 9 n cubed q squared r. All of that raised to the 0.
So it's all gonna, it's just
It's
gonna
all
be
one.
one.
Easy.
That's so easy.
We just
I wasn't
tried-
being sarcastic. I said you're gonna love this problem.
I still think it would have been funny if I was like, okay, so you put the 0 where the 4 is.
Example number 4, just for grins and giggles.
I think the answer is 1. Is that a snowman? Do you want to build a snowman?
Is that a cat?
No, it's not a cat. If that's a cat, that's terrible. He's gonna label it cat. He's
What-
gonna
what
label
is
it
that?
cat and then say, Brian, get out of my classroom.
It's
Okay.
Yes!
a
It
cat.
equals 1!
Okay.
The cat is now dead.
The cat is now dead. Now equals a unit.
No, he's not dead. He's merely transformed. Okay. Example number 5.
So cat equals 1.
You made me write example number 4 just to put a
I didn't make you do anything, sir. N to the negative 5, p to the 4th, over r to the negative 2. So, we don't have anything in common, so we can't combine stuff. But we don't like negative exponents in our answer.
So we divide, but we can't divide everything by 1.
No.
-1. We divide.
Negative exponents cause it to change levels.
Right.
The p is going to stay up there on the top, right? Because he's not to a negative. He's just to the 4th. The r is going to come up here to the top and become squared. Because he was,
Yeah.
because it's a negative 2. That's what negative exponents cause it to do. It causes it to change levels. He was on the bottom and he comes up to the top and gets a positive exponent. The n goes to the bottom
And it makes it a positive.
and it makes it a positive 5.
That is so cool.
So cool.
That is that cool. Alright. Bro, we did it. No, he did it. Round of applause. Mr. Sean. Mr. Teacher.
Example number 6. Two. We're going to put a bunch of stuff together.
Oh Lord.
A squared. B cubed. C to the negative 5. A to the 5th.
This is kind of gonna be.
Over.
I can feel this one being a
10.
lot easier than it looks.
A to the negative 3.
Okay.
B to the negative 1.
Wouldn't a to the negative 3 be negative 2?
C to the negative 4. All of that
To 0.
cubed.
All that to 3. Okay.
How do you need an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you solve a long problem? One step at a time.
Okay, so.
Right? So,
Can we just put all those on the top and not all those, can we put the negatives on the top and then the negatives?
we can deal with the negatives first. That is one way to handle this problem. That's totally fine. So we can either do that or we could deal with the quotients first. Either one would be just fine. So let's go ahead and deal with the negatives first. Why not?
Do you combine like terms since there's two A's?
We could combine the two a's on the top. That's true. So let's deal with those for one thing. Okay. So 2 over 10, that could reduce, right?
Yeah.
What could that reduce to? 1/5, right?
Wait a second, what step are we doing? I'm confused.
I'm reducing 2 to the 10th, turning it into 1/5 for one thing.
Do we need to put
This guy right here.
Oh, so that counts like a fraction?
Yeah. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Fraction, yep.
large fraction.
Oh.
And then a to the 7th, because 2 plus 5, right? That b is positive. I'm just going to leave him hanging up at the top. Sounds great.
5 from,
The other exponent.
These one?
Okay.
Okay. That c to the 5th is negative, so I'm going to put him on the bottom and turn him positive.
And then you can put the other c that's negative on the top. And make it positive.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna go from left to the right, just so I don't forget anything. So that a to the -3 can come up here and be a
Cubed.
cubed.
do we need to add an A after the 5 on the bottom?
Nope. What are you talking about?
Like, on the bottom, the 5, do we need to add an A since it's an
No, so what I just dealt with that one. So this a right here, since it was to the -3, I brought him up to the top.
A? Okay, but the 5 stays.
The 5 stays, because he's not to a negative exponent. It's just 5. This b to the -1 can come up to the top and become b to the 1st, which is just b, right? And that c to the -4 can come up to the top and become c to the 4th. I haven't done anything with this cube, so he's going to just hang out.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think I have the right answer, probably.
Okay, good. So now what am I going to do?
Multiply times everything.
Well, we want to clean up the inside first a little bit, I think.
Combine like terms.
Because we can deal with these guys, these two B's. We can deal with these A's. And we can also deal with these C's, this guy up here and this guy down here.
Do we move the C's up or down?
We don't move them anywhere because they're all positive.
So this is multiplication because they're all right next to each other.
On the top it is. So a to the 7th times a cubed ends up being what?
A 10, no.
Yes.
What?
A to the 10th. I did say yes, goober.
And then it becomes
And then b cubed times b is
Before.
b to the 4th.
C to the 4th power.
Oh, it's to
And then we've got division, so we're going to subtract the exponent. So 4 minus 5 is what?
negative 1.
-1.
We have to move the C back.
And this is all still cubed. Am I right or am I right?
No. Wait, if you got -1, then you have to move it again.
We got to move it again.
Gosh dang. Well, you go back down here.
And then we just ended with C on the bottom.
A to the 10th, b to the 4th, over 5c, all of that cubed. One more thing we must do.
Multiply the cube times everything.
That's right. So our final answer is what?
So I have a question. Whenever we multiply the 3, like the C and like the B and the 4, does that count as one thing, or would you multiply times the exponent and the B times the 10 and the A individually?
I don't understand what you're saying. A to the 10th is, I'm going to answer what I think you're asking. And if it doesn't help, then we'll try again. A to the 10th is all one thing. So it would become A to the 30th.
You don't change like oh yeah, because even if there was
Because that would be different. That would be a plus a plus a would turn it into 3a.
Wait, do we multiply so like 10?
Yeah, that answers my question.
10 cubed, so it's gonna be 1,000
A.
to 1,000.
Why would it be 1,000? What?
10, right? 10 times 10.
No, when you have a power to a power, you multiply them. Quit being rude.
I was talking to myself.
Lies.
No, really, I was.
Well, maybe.
Get on our house.
12. And then it's 15C. Oh, because it's squared.
Cubed.
Cubed. 125.
C cubed.
Wait, now how the heck? Oh.
Now you multiply it 5 times.
Hey, I get it. I'm smart like that. Are you? No.
I still don't understand where you got the 1 and the 5 in the beginning.
We reduced the 2 over 10 to become 1/5. Because it's just a
Oh,
big fat
okay.
fraction.
Great question, sir.
Okay.
Great question, Mark.
And then how did we get rid of the 1 and 5 in the end?
We didn't.
We just.
The 1 doesn't matter, right? Because the 1 doesn't, then it's the 5 is on the bottom, and then we cubed the 5 and turned it into 125.
Math.
Math.
Algebra.
Bruh.
Do you have homework?
Yep.
Well, now we do. Herbert. It's Herbert. Not homework.
Herbert.
We
Page.
wouldn't have had homework unless Ryan said I would have homework.
That's a lie, and you know it.
Get him.
How do you know? She's a witch.
Page 4.
She weighs as much as a duck.
That's not so bad. Look at page 4.
What is that? From?
It's from Monty Python
That's what I thought.
and the Holy Grail.
I've never seen it. I don't know what that is.
It's hilarious. You would like it.
I'm not allowed to watch some of it.
There is some crass moments. It's pretty clean by today's standards, but there are a few kind of crass moments.
I probably am allowed to watch it, but when I was 9, I wasn't allowed to watch it.
That makes sense.
She was video and Mike and his, all of his limbs cut off.
I've only seen the one where he eats so much that he blows up.
Where he eats so much he blows up. I don't think that's in the Holy Grail. That might be in another. That might be another Monty Python sketch.
One of the other-
Numbers 20 through
If you evens. I would do
44
Yeah, that's not bad.
evens.
So who does all of that?
He's asking me to
What?
do it all day.
I'd do it.
You asked. I don't. That's like the patterned.
I knew you were gonna put it. I was just.
You,
waiting for it.
Aiden, or Hannah.
And me.
You, Aiden, or Hannah.
One day he's gonna be like, okay, Mark does all.
I mean, maybe. I mean, someday maybe even Ariel has to do all. You never know. Okay. Guten by, more or less, or you can spend 3 minutes working on homework, which would be smart, but whatevs. Well, I say it'd be smart. That's debatable at this point, since it's 3 minutes.
Others.
If you start a problem and can't finish it, you'll just confuse and you will have to do it.
It's possible.
I'm just gonna do it while I eat my lunch, because that sounds like
What I'm gonna do while I eat
I don't even know who did it.
You make my
I've gotta go bring the pizza.
Actually brought a pizza. Actually brought a pizza, Ryan.
I brought leftovers from walk-ons.
Oh, that sounds good. No, it doesn't. I hate walking.
Who hates walk-ons?
I'm just kidding. I like walking.
Walk-ons is good food.
I'm just trying to make myself not walk.
Isn't walk-ons that bar by Gift Barb? Bar. I said
It's,
Barbecue.
I mean, it's about as much a sports bar as like Applebee's.
When I